Let's see here. According to this, I'm streaming, which is a good sign. I like it when it's doing exactly what I want it to be. So with that being said, though, what is going on, my frosty friends? My name is Wintercasice, and welcome back to Call of Cthulhu. Alright, it's time to enter the madness, guys. It's been a minute, so... Loading profile. I say, hey! My name's up there, that's awesome. Sweet. What up, Stray? It's been a while. Boston, 1924. Edward Pierce, veteran of the First World War, drowns his memories in liquor and sleeping pills. He is now a private detective who has trouble finding a case able to lift him from his torpor. Pierce must find a new case quickly or risk losing his license. Not much. Hope you are well. I'm doing good. But I've been a bit tired lately, but you know, trying to get some stuff done. But I say, was driving a lot today. If I am mad, it is mercy. May the gods pity the man who is in his callousness can remain sane to the hideous end. H.P. Lovecraft. Ooh. You know, it's been a minute, so I have to remember, like... This is definitely going to be a game of messing with my mind. I gotta go, but I don't know if you remember me... Endertube, but that sounds familiar. What does it say hi, and I'll try to get back on it in a bit, though. Endertube. It sounds familiar. But I say... It has been a minute, so I might not... But it sounds... Hi, Jackson, how's it going? Ooh, I can move. Oh, I can't go back, but I want to go grab the shark head. I'm losing my mind. Dude, welcome to MTV. Check out my crib. Aw, dude, someone's hunting sharks. That's messed up, dude. Long fin soup is not worth it.
Killing sharks is pointless.
It really is. It's been alright. How has life been for you? It's been good. Bit tired. Comes with the gig. Hondel's dead. I can't pull these chains off. Alright, man. We're just gonna have to make our way this way. What we got? Counter darkness. You must light up some items in order to interact with them. Okay, how do I light it? I have a hurricane lamp. Tubular. Like, dealing with these Cthulhu things. Like, it's totally weird, yo. Oh, sick.
In my wake, pulled along. Fate inescapably draws you on.
Does fate do that? I don't know if fate does that to me. Like, I don't believe in fate. I believe I'm a master of my own decisions. Like, dude.
What a putrid offering.
Wow. Like, that's totally rude. I just want to, like, say that right now.
Don't fight. You have been chosen.
No, I haven't. I refuse. You can't choose me. I choose myself! Yeah! Yeah! Oh! Whoa!
Everything has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
No!
I hate whiskey.
Let's consult my diary, guys. Pierce Investigations Agency. My private detective agency contracted to the Wentworth Detective Agency. After the Great War, I decided to, like, set up in Boston, wherein, like, there are no lack of work for guys like me. One small-time case follows the other. No clue who you were mocking, but I'm loving it. That is just my, like, my ridiculous surfer accent. Like, so many different shows and movies do, like, shot it! Have you, like, checked out the waves? They're, like, totally tubular, brah. Like, I just love doing that voice for no reason. My daughter is one of their favorite characters from one of their shows. Literally, is just a lemon shark with that accent. So it's just like, my nose knows where to go. So it's just like that accent. I can't help it. Well, one small-time case follows the other. Adultery, settled scores, disappearances that are, like, not actually disappearances. The old office couch is less comfortable than a real bed, and I should probably get rid of these empty bottles, but, like, this place is mine for the moment. You're really good at it. Thank you! It's a ridiculous accent that drives my wife insane. Like, isn't that right, babe? Gotta get those sick waves.
My nose knows where to go.
My nose knows where to go. Let's take a look at what all we got here.
Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Too true, too true. The Pierce Investigation Agency, October 20th, 1924. The doctor can, like, well, repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay. But I know that if I stop, the memories will return. One of these mornings I probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dreams, but they are, like, different and unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable and ancient depths. What nameless creatures is calling me? Oh. Oh, let's see here. The U.S. is voted dry. Oh, shit. Pardon my language. Okay, crouch. Circle. Okay, touch. Aha!
A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
A bar owner who hired me didn't like the way I closed this case. But when you're already outside the law, there's not a lot one can do against a private detective who's got proof against you. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, in all honesty, like, just in case anybody needs a history lesson, in the 1920s was the time when they had the Prohibition era, where basically the U.S. thought, oh, we'll just ban alcohol. That'll totally solve all our problems. When the truth is, it's like it actually caused a lot more problems than it helped.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
The husband never understood that his wife had left him. He kept on calling me weeks after the investigation had been closed. I mean, like, what can you do after that? I mean, if she chose to leave, I'm sorry. I can't force her to come back.
The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases.
Can't read that properly. I don't see anything in there.
I used to be an avid reader.
Aw, used to.
The Lost Battalion. Holding your position and obeying orders. That isn't courage.
Too real.
Been too long since I've slept in a bed.
Listen, I like the couch. Let's have a drink. This will affect your destiny. Excuse me. Alright. Anything else to look at while I'm here? Oh, hello.
I should get rid of all this stuff.
Well, why would I get rid of all this stuff? All this stuff means something to me. Can I turn it back on? Aw, but I want to turn it back on. Hello, in the office here.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
Nah, dollface, I don't know what to tell you, but I can tell you right now that I am definitely Mr. Edward Pierce.
I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Listen here, Tuts. The only thing you need to understand about me and Mr. Edward Pierce is that I am a loose cannon. Nobody can hold me back. I am exactly who I claim I am. And if there's one thing that I enjoy more than anything else is a nice stiff drink and a long drag. Alright, let's take a look here. Allocate your points, your character points. Each character point will allow you to improve the score of skill. Okay, so let's see here. We got eloquence, spot hidden, psychology, occultism, medicine, strength, and investigation. Represents your investigating talents. Okay, so spot hidden's up to level 3. Eloquence, your ability to influence those you talk to with the power of speech, which wouldn't be a bad thing. My occultism is where I'm like, I know next to nothing. Psychology represents your knowledge of human behavior. Improving the skill increases your chance of understanding the motivations of a person based on his or her behaviors. Oh boy. Okay. So, I could boost up eloquence, which allows me to talk to people. Medicine for healing. Psychology to be able to understand, to read people. Or I could boost up, or I could get strength closer. All I know is I want to keep 50% for investigation just because of the fact that that is pretty darn useful. I think eloquence might be where I need to be just to convince people to work with me. But at the same time, being able to read people. Chat, what do you think? Eloquence or psychology?
Psych.
You think psych? I need help. Can't decide.
I mean, eloquence would be good too, but at the same time...
But I'm not a College of Eloquence bard.
No. I would say...
Psychology would be really good to know who I could trust. And eloquence would be really good to convince people. Eloquence, I take. Oh, okay. So Stray's leaning towards eloquence. I could agree.
I mean, either one is fine.
Either is fine. It's just
I
one.
feel like both of them have their benefits.
I feel like they both have their benefits, but being able to convince somebody to work with you.
Yeah, but can't you always boost something later?
I think so. I'm pretty confident.
I don't know how this game works.
I think it's been 2 years since I played this. Might have been actually longer. Might have been 3 years at this point. I'd have to go back and look at the streams. I'm gonna go with eloquence. Do you really wish to validate this character attributes? Yes!
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. legislative matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
Sure.
What's wrong?
What's up,
As
dollface?
you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new
I
cases.
just had a random ass flash of intellect.
Work is scarce.
Damn.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work
How
than
dare you.
now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency.
Listen to here, dollface. You're gonna miss me. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but one day. I should go hunting and use a 155mm howitzer shot. Jesus! Bit overkill, don't you think?
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me...
Yes, thank you, YouTube. Higher quality, video quality, also known
Nobody
as 144p.
believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter?
Thought it was
Yes.
rough to hear.
Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would
Mobile
never
quality
have
is
done
so
such a
stupid
thing.
for YouTube.
But if you have no proof...
I mean, yeah.
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
Okay.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness.
YouTube is a pile of burning
Or
garbage
if,
sometimes.
on
You're
the
not
contrary,
wrong.
You manage to detect some
But it
logic,
allows me to
a
make content like
rationality
this, so I
that
mean...
I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Okay, let's go ahead and read this first. Despite the treatment, a strange picture painted by Sarah Hawkins, a short while before her tragic death, was sent to her father just after the artist died. He is like convinced.
Here's my thing. It's always hard to hear when, like, it's a family,
Oh, absolutely.
you know?
He's convinced that she is the sender. He brought me the painting so that I could examine it. Stephen Webster, or Stephen Webster, whichever pronunciation is side, the wealthy industrialist, came to, like, my office. He wants me to reopen the Sarah Hawkins case, named after his daughter, who died in a fire alongside her entire family. I must examine the documents he compiled in order to know more about the case. Like, dead. Also, check out their tab platforms I could potentially stream on in the future. Looked at YouTube, it's garbage. Looked at Twitch, took a jab at it. Also garbage. Looked at Kick, though. There I see some potential. I can understand that. YouTube's alright. It has its problems, has its issues, but, you know, it be where it be. Twitch, same. Like, it's alright. I don't see any problems with it whatsoever. Kick seems alright as well. I just don't know that much about it. Dude, I got some sanity. Mental trauma. Okay, we're talking about that in that voice is a bit odd. Green is the color of luck for me. It seems. Nothing wrong with that. Edward Pierce is a veteran of the First World War, where he took part in the Meuse-Argonne offensive. He is one of the few survivors of the lost battalion, American units that suffered heavy losses from enemy and Allied artillery fire. Forced to hold their position for several days, surrounded by the bodies of their fallen comrades without food or medical supplies, the soldiers were considered as lost as their fellow countrymen. Pierce is traumatized by these events. He consumes sleeping pills and liquor to ward off the nightmares that haunt him. Alright, fair enough. Knowledge.
There's a ladybug on the ceiling.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
A shipping label. Some of it's unreadable, but I can make out the part of the address: Warehouse 36, Darkwater. The police report. It says the fire started in the dining room, claimed the whole family. The police decide on a domestic accident, but they nevertheless insisted on Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. Why? A press cutting, an article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman from the island of Darkwater. They live a reclusive life. They are on their own. There with their only son Simon. Okay, I examined the Hawkins file. All right, so let's take a look at.
What's this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Something's not right with this story.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
Let's say one of the greatest sounds. Oh, I'm pouring myself a drink. I gotta pour myself a nice, quick, and stiff, tall drink if I want to be able to solve this case. And by a stiff drink, I mean a nice can of Mountain Dew. I gotta ease the nerves. At least I'm not talking like I'm on old-time radio. We interrupt this program to bring you this announcement of Courage, the Cowardly Dog Show. Sorry, Courage. Abandoned as a pup, he was found by Muriel, who is with her husband, who lives in the middle of nowhere with her husband, Eustace Bang. But creepy stuff happens in the middle of nowhere. It's up to Courage to save his new home. I love that show. Hell yeah. I read about her mental fragility in the...
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Where did Sarah Hawkins live?
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
Excuse me.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
You shouldn't take this painting lightly.
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police
Cthulhu?
telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
All right. But we need to find out about this Warehouse 36.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Alright, that's all the information I need.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice.
I mean, yeah.
Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt...
Well, let's take a look at this real quick. Stephen Webster. All that remains is to leave for Darkwater. I certainly find something on Darkwater in my bookcase. Okay, so here are the things we know. So we got Stephen Webster, age 63, occupation businessman. A wealthy businessman, well respected in the Boston area. Stephen Webster came to see me in order that I investigate the death of his only daughter, Sarah Hawkins. The man accepts neither refusals nor inconvenient truths. He's ready to do anything to prove that his daughter was not mad. We got Charles Hawkins, who is deceased, age 41, ship owner. Charles Hawkins was a local celebrity on Darkwater, the heir of the shipowner family. He used to travel a lot. He met Sarah Hawkins during a trip in Paris. They fell in love, got married, and Hawkins took her into the remote island of Darkwater. They had a child named Simon and lived a very secretive life. We have Sarah Hawkins, deceased, age 33, painter. Sarah Hawkins, a painter known for her tortured artistic universe. She was worshipped for the strangeness of her work and the rarity of her public appearances. I seem to remember that she once said, "I paint what my dreams whisper to me." Her marriage to Charles Hawkins years ago surprised high society columnists. A wealthy Boston heiress known for her party-going chooses to follow her new husband and live as a recluse on the island of Darkwater. She disappeared from the front pages of newspaper and nobody heard any more about her. Even her death in a fire remained a secret. Only her father, Stephen Webster, continued to seek the truth. And then we have Simon Hawkins, age 11, schoolboy.
Sounds like stolen tongue.
I know, right? Only son of Sarah and Charles Hawkins. He died in the fire that claimed his whole family. Damn.
Yeah, it's always...
But the art of Sarah Hawkins, intuitive and visionary artist for some, overpriced imposter for others, Sarah Hawkins leaves nobody indifferent. This mysterious and reserved painter offers strange images with violent colors, wild strokes to the world. If her paintings are testimony to her visions of the world, then the world of Sarah Hawkins is a portal open to other dimensions. Extract from the notebook of Edward Pierce, private detective. Alright, so these are all the clues. The painting depicts a monstrous silhouette threatening a woman and child. Flames can be made out in the background. Stephen Webster, the father of Sarah Hawkins, thinks this is linked to the death of his daughter.
It's very possible.
I mean, possibly. There's a lot going on here.
I'll find some information on this island in there.
Let's check for the blinky bug.
Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
Found it.
She seems so baffled.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century and is still rich with the many memories left by its lost tribes. But don't let the romanticism of these moving evidences of such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. A gigantic creature still ornates the walls of long-abandoned caves. Was it a sea or a dream god? No one knows, but today's inhabitants, the sons and daughters of the proud whale hunters, still remember the mysterious and tumultuous story of their small land off the coasts of Massachusetts. Interesting. Atlas of the Atlantic Islands!
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to Dark.
I was very confused when I saw the ping. It's a game called Call of Cthulhu. The Learning of Medicines, Volume 1. A dense work aimed at interns and young practitioners. This first volume lists all the illnesses known in the civilized world. It details the symptoms and suitable treatment. I thought we were doing session 0 without me. No! About a thing. I would not do that to any of you guys. This is a game. Island of Dark Water. It would seem that the world has forgotten the very existence of this isolated rock off the coast of Boston. It is a small, inhospitable island whose coastline is made up of steep cliffs and sharp reefs, and with only one outlet to the sea. It is mainly inhabited by the descendants of whalers who set up a supply post there in the 1800s. It was hit severely by the collapse of this activity. I think that the only venture on the island that is still profitable is its medical institute. Lighter. Lost Battalion. 10-7, or in that case, so that would be October 7th, 1918. My old lighter, that I engraved with the memory of the 77th Infantry Division of the men of the Lost Battalion who fell. Aw. Yo, what up, Chandler? How's it going? Nothing in there.
I used to be an avid reader.
Yes, I was. And then one day I lost that will. I no longer looked into it. And now I'm just a man who loves his stiff drink and a slow drag. Oh. Johnny, fetch my whiskey. Alright. I'm gonna move on. Darkwater Port. Pierce took the Hawkins case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed her and her family. But the only clue she left her father a disturbing painting on the shipping label and address, a warehouse set on the docks of the island of Darkwater. The place seems to be a starting point for Pierce's investigation. Remember that TTRPG system I was telling you about a month or so ago? Yes, I remember distinctly. Enter the madness. If you do, I will not. I'll just join you. A game by Cyanide Studio. Oh. Yeah. Oh. I'm playing it and I'm now making characters for my DM to use as boss fights. LOL. I make the base sheet. He edits them slightly. Nice. That's awesome, dude.
There.
And it works under a no metagaming agreement. Oofda. BRB. Sounds good, Stray. Call of Cthulhu. Welcome to the madness. The Scylla? Basilia? Basilla. Never played this game. Have you never played Call? About to say, never watched it. Oh, so you never actually like? I streamed this years ago. I streamed it on Halloween like 3 years ago.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain.
It was in the office. This was
So,
before
what
Jocelyn.
wind brought
Yeah,
you?
I don't think I watched you.
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
You never got around to buying it. I understand,
Sad
Chandler.
story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office.
Alright.
If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Talk to Fitzroy. Let's consult the diary. And also, Chandler, you basically described like half of the games that are on my Steam library. Like I got them, I just never got around to playing them. All right. So you're going for the bad ending this time around, right? More than likely, yeah.
What ending did you get last time?
I got the. I don't think it's the good ending. I think it's the the what is expected of somebody who's trying to stop Cthulhu ending.
How many endings are there?
I think there are 4 endings to this game. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty confident there are 4 endings to this
You
game.
should make it a habit of streaming it every 3 years so that you forget everything that you do in the first playthrough and the second playthrough.
I mean, but then I don't know which ending I'm gonna get. All right.
Go back and watch the first 2.
Fair. On the approaches to Darkwater, I saw thick clouds masking the sky. They were so low, they seemed intent on impaling themselves on the sharp reefs that circled the island. Fitzroy, the captain of the only tub that manages to float on the mainland, okay, there we go, offered to help me. He may have documents that belong to Charles Hawkins. Fitzroy advised me to visit the port's bar. He mentioned a little pick-me-up. I suppose I could get the lay of the land at the same time. Fishermen have gathered around the carcass of a killer whale. I could have a look and see what the local cops have got to tell me. And Captain Fitzroy offered to share with me what he has found on the Hawkins in the archives of the Harbor Master's office. All right. Good to know. I have a CP point now. That end of the code can only be improved by objects discovered in any environment. Okay, so it has to be either psychology, investigation, spot hidden, or eloquence. Let's boost up investigation some more. Places. Darkwater Port. At the entrance of the port of Darkwater, one still passes in front of the shell of Scylla, the last whaling ship that have brought back a catch. Sailors wandered the docks looking for some small job for the day. A gang of bootleggers has set itself up and is gnawing away at the territory of Captain Fitzroy, the last sailor to own a boat capable of making the round trip between the island and mainland. Here, the golden age of whale hunting is but a distant memory. Alright. Knowledge. Atlas of the Atlantic Islands. Alright, well, let's go have a word and see what's going on over here.
Please move back. Let the police do their work. Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster?
You've seen how old this thing is. Force it too much will break everything.
You can't do that.
But it's only a fish.
A fish? You've got no idea. Don't badmouth what you don't know, or you'll pay for it for sure.
Okay, that's enough. Step back and let us do our job.
That's no way to treat an omen. Oh yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble.
Yeah, totally.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
There's something coming. It's real bad.
Back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy. They're cops. They can't understand. Damn stupid idiots. Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway. That's no way to treat an omen.
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
All right. That's about warehouse.
I'm
36.
looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now,
Okay.
please, allow me to do my job.
You can't. Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy. They're cops. They can't understand. Damn stupid idiots. Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway. That's no way to treat an omen. Oh, yeah?
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
Don't put that back in the water, you shysters. What is the phrasing here? I always forget the 1920s are definitely a weird time for phrasing. Ooh. I don't know how I feel about the light just having its own ominous fog. Alright, let's go to the bar. Hello. I am Sebastian. Castellanos, pleasure? No, I'm just kidding. My name's Edward Pierce. Nice.
Hey, be careful.
Damn, I don't know if that was necessary. But I think my point is valid. Oh shit, she's smoking a cigarette.
Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Say, it wasn't me who went looking for it. The guy didn't show respect. It wasn't me who went looking for it.
You saw what happened. He's the troublemaker.
Oh, you're a true mainlander. A real princess. You strut around
what's up,
with
Wander?
your la-di-da ways, and then, as soon as the pressure arises, you start squealing. You don't have what it takes to drink my whiskey. You've got to earn it.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak, then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
Nothing. You? You know. Living life. Playing games. You know how it is. Find out about Darkwater. Let's start off with no prohibition around here.
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
Yeah. Looking for Warehouse 36.
You know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night.
Ugh.
Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
So I like how Lovecraft wrote. Yeah, so well, I'll play it very, like, decisively stupid, where I basically fall for all the traps. Okay, why the stranded whale? If they aren't if they aren't white and British.
The stranded
They're
whale.
evil.
I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dock water. When our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
All right. If that's the case, then what can you tell me about Sarah Hawkins?
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
It's true it's true that they were strange.
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable?
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
But I say, it's not speaking if it's true.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
I mean, enough said about Sarah Hawkins.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
I'll take a drink.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Yeah, what's up? What's
that
up,
must have
Sora?
been before you came looking for a fight in my bar.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want. Anything else?
That'll be all for now.
Damn. Nothing much. How about you? Doing good. So I saw you smoking a cigarette.
What you looking at, stranger?
She could certainly put them away.
I've rarely seen a woman who can hold her liquor so confidently.
What gives you the right to judge me?
Ah, it was a compliment.
So what? Let me drink, stranger.
Fair enough. Locked. Damn. What secrets does this bar hold? Oh, hello.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
Damn.
Ah, that's it. Maybe we should let him take it. No. No, the risks are too high. It's a book, after all. Pure knowledge.
The miraculous catch.
The
Apparently,
shanty.
The most significant event of the last
May
80
21st,
years.
1847. Jesus. All right. The shanty. May 21st, 1847. Miraculous catch. The Scylla returns to port to save dark water from famine. We had given up hope. The crew of the Scylla, or what remains of it, returned to Darkwater Port late on Tuesday afternoon. The locals immediately rushed to the docks to welcome the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch the brave vessel had on board. Of a size that went beyond that of the formidable toothed whales, a citation that is already being called the miraculous catch covered the whole deck, and the parts of it were hanging over the side of the ship. The surviving sailors told a frightening account of their perilous catch, but also of its meat, unmatched in its quality and plentiful nutritious benefits. There is no doubt that the immense size of the whale will allow numerous inhabitants of Darkwater to feed themselves, bringing an end to the famine from which part of the island was suffering. Also, Winter, if I download the full game of Uno that's included on PS5, would you be down to play with me? I mean, maybe. I promise nothing. I play the games that are available to me in any time that I'm available to play. But I mean, I won't say no, but I'm not saying yes. Warehouse for rent. Mr. Mox is putting his warehouse up for rent from June for fishing, workshop, and storage activities. You can contact him via your favorite newspaper or visit him on the docks. Special evening at the Stranded Whale. To celebrate the return of our brave whalers, all the staff of the Stranded Whale invite you to an exceptional and free tasting event. Come with your family, or with your friends, to taste the miraculous catch. Each person will leave with a bottle of oil, so don't hesitate. I had bought him Phasmo. Think so anyways. No, you didn't buy me Phasmo. I already had it. I had already bought Phasmophobia because I did a stream where I played it by myself and had to learn the lesson of what happens when you play that game by yourself. The Miraculous Catch. But you bought me Visceral Cleanup Detail. Okay, let me know on Discord if you're doing it. Absolutely, Sora. The Miraculous Catch is what the locals called the last catch of the whalers in 1847. Although whales were disappearing from the fishing zone of the Darkwater whalers, the crew of the Scylla made a gigantic and monstrous catch that saved the island from famine. They still celebrate this catch, and an article of the Times still decorates the bar. It's strange how the memory seems so alive as if it was maintained by the survivors. Thought there were two, oh well. Extract from the notebook of Edward Pierce, private detective. The Stranded Whale. A bar where liquor is served with the total impunity. It's the last thing I expected to find when I arrived on the island. The Stranded Whale is its name, and it managed with a iron hand of the owner, a certain Mitchell. You watched the Digital Circus yet? The Digital Circus? You're gonna have to remind me what that is. Let's see here. He does not tolerate the troublemakers and is good. Oh, cool. And he fiercely protects the identity of his supplier. 3 animation. He fiercely protects the identity of his supplier. All the inhabitants of the area seem to go there, and I even saw what looks to be a truce between the bootleggers and the sailors. Alright. Sorry about that. Roy Mitchell, age 55, occupation, owner of the Stranded Whale Bar. Roy Mitchell runs the only bar in Darkwater. Prohibition has no hold on him. Check it out, then look at their other stuff too. I have to, but I'm always down to look at something new. Hold no surrender on the Stranded Whale. The sailors come to seek some comfort in Mitchell's whiskey. The man, therefore, knows more than anyone the secrets and rumors for the inhabitants of the island exchange after a few glasses. I finally played Marvel Spider-Man 2 on my PS5. Nice! I haven't gotten it yet, so no spoilers, please. Mitchell is devoted to the golden age of whale hunting. If the numerous trophies that decorate his establishment are anything to go by, the man will talk freely on the subject on which he is so keen, but he will be far less enthusiastic if one has to inquire about his source of liquor.
And then he said,
right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said it.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
But I say, well, I won't spoil it for you, Winter. I appreciate you, Sora. The end of whaling.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
What is this song?
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
All right,
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
That guy is just repeating himself. Very ironic that they would have they do have the Boston News about prohibition. January 19th, 1919. January 16th, 1919. My God. Make it.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
We're just gonna listen in.
Are you stupid or what? Even your captain told you not to stick your noses around here.
Nothing for you here either.
This isn't your
Beat
home,
it.
you bunch of sand crabs. We go where we want.
Hey, you'll get us into trouble.
You're already in trouble.
Come on, can we sort this out? You can see he's half drunk.
There's nothing to sort out. Your chum wanted to stir us up.
But you can stay to watch if you want. You can pick up the pieces.
I'm so curious.
Come on, you bastard. You'll see what a true sailor's got in his belly. You hear that? You bilge rats don't scare me.
What did he call us just now?
I said you were a
Man,
bilge
they're...
rat. And even a poxed limpet. You think we don't know what you're doing? Hidden in the fog?
I'll shut up your big mouth once and for all.
Do it. Let's see it.
Mistake.
Are you stupid or what? Even your captain told you not to stick your...
Alright, fair enough. Now they're just repeating themselves. There's a guy just hanging out right there. Hold on. Let's have a word with him. What up, dude? People are just hanging. They don't want to talk to a stranger. I mean, I kind of do, because I feel like they should just give me the information voluntarily. I shouldn't even need to talk to them. I should just walk up and go hi, and they're like, alright, we'll tell you everything. What up, Captain?
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
Okay.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. That's all I'll get from them.
Only a few dates are still legible. 1890, 1907, and a partial date. The rest of the document is blacked out. Who would want this information to be hidden? Smugglers.
You're not wrong.
A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years. A Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
But the Learning of Medicine. The second volume teaches ethics and good practice to medical staff. And now medicine has 14% chance. Reminding you guys, as a player to anything, it pays to take the time to look at like all the different places you can go. Ooh. We're whalers on the moon. We carry our harpoons.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
Photograph of Captain Fitzroy. In this photograph, a man who looks like Captain Fitzroy is posing on the bridge of a ship. He has a wooden leg. Let's see. There's nothing in there.
What a macabre souvenir.
Macabre? I believe that's just a macabre, but oh, whatever.
Macabre?
Yeah. Macabre.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
Threatening letter. Captain, the terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment to the carrier, Cat. My knowledge is becoming vaster. Alright.
Broken. This place seems half abandoned.
I mean, most of Darkwater looks like it's half abandoned. Not to be mean to the place, but I mean...
Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover.
Thank God the place has a latrine. Excuse me. Everybody look away. Alright. I didn't flush.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor.
Indeed.
The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Well, you know, you could, your documents are unreadable.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I thought that fishing stopped in 1847.
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No. It was none of my business.
That's fair. That's fair. What about Warehouse 36?
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Quite.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belongs to the Hawkins family.
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse.
Let's talk about Darkwater a little bit. This photograph looks strangely like you.
I was looking at your photograph. The one of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
I did see it. I saw the killer whale at the wharf.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
Yes. Better say, what would have killed it?
Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth, and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Ha! Indeed, you're right.
Why are they putting it back into the sea?
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least.
Alright, let's return back. What is this miraculous catch?
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past.
Glorious.
The story of the sailors.
So much glory.
Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
Great white. Short-fin mako.
Mm-hmm.
Tiger shark.
Now, better question is, who is Cat?
I found a threatening letter signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
Alright, let's return.
I shall be on my way.
My shoulder
So
should
come back and see me when you've got something new.
Can't extend it out to... I can't extend this out any further, so I can't put it up high, so it's like at my... Alright. So we need to go to Warehouse 36. If we can. Okay. I have to adjust myself. None of you guys can see me, but I'm currently sitting upside down. Alright, now I'm sitting upright upside again.
Sit upright again.
Okay, I learned nothing from Fitzroy's documents, but I did get a confirmation. Wow, Winter. Listen, I am a unique individual that will sit as I please. Excuse me.
We'll just have to invest in one of those coffee tables that can extend.
Honestly, it's just that I'm bending, so I'm
I
like
know.
this.
That's why I said we need to invest in one of those coffee tables that can.
Well, I would use my table, but unfortunately, it's always got stuff on it.
people clean it off.
You say. But I did get confirmation on what I'd be suspecting since Boston. The warehouse mentioned on the shipping label of Sarah Hawkins' paintings belongs to Hawkins. It's on the docks. I must find a way to get into it. I have a point of CP.
That's an interesting place for a warehouse.
All right. I'll put another
You
point.
said warehouse 36, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's an interesting place for a warehouse on the docks.
All right. Captain James Fitzroy, occupation.
The last place anyway.
Occupation captain, age 45. James Fitzroy is the captain of the Charybdis, the only boat that still sails between Darkwater and Boston. His base is the harbor master's office, from where he misses nothing that happens on the island. The inhabitants of Darkwater respect him. The bootleggers despise him. He offered to help me in my investigation. Yes, because now I can lean back and I don't have to feel bad. Because at least they'll be able to hear me just fine. At least I like to think so, and I would assume that chat would tell me if they can't. I feel better now that I don't have to sit in an awkward position. Alright, let's find out what's going on.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy. They're cops. They can't understand. Damn stupid.
What could have done so much damage?
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming.
Gonna let them do their thing while I'm looking around. Well, I can't jump, unfortunately. I can crouch. I can light my lighter. I can lean left and lean right.
There.
Why did I spot hidden items?
Hello, old friend.
I got a bottle of liqueur. Welcome back, Strick. I got a bottle of liqueur. Let's see here. What do we got? Saint Brendan in the Navigator, 484 to 577. Interesting.
St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in.
Saint Brendan, but as he does the patron saint of whales and whalers still protect the sailors of Darkwater, physically there were no other gods before Saint Brendan, and their worshippers do not seem to be of this opinion. The locals still worship the old saint, but a mark was made on the statue by another cult, extracted from the notebook of Edward Pierce, private detective. Bottle of liquor.
Kidding me?
Did she get up again?
course.
This bottle is part of a batch stolen from Cat, the boss of the bootleggers. An excellent way to lean on the guy who guards the entrance to the warehouse. Okay. Didn't know that. It's good
I
enough.
have no idea what it says.
I don't know anything about occultism. I can't put points in the Cthulhu mythos. I have to experience Cthulhu in order to do that. I can't climb up here. Bummer. Either way. I got the stuff I needed. I think. What up, dude?
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
I've never done such a thing.
I respect your beliefs.
Our beliefs? You mean you don't believe in God?
That's irrelevant.
That's what you think.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Yeah, totally.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
Bless you.
What brings you to dark water?
Your mom's. What are these guys that are keeping guard?
Two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
Fair.
If only they would kill each other.
Who's Cat?
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
About St.
That
Brendan.
statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen
Yes,
like us.
absolutely.
Till those assholes defaced him.
Thanks, and sorry for being slow. You're good, man. It's all good. Is this where you live?
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
So you don't have any work.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
Yep, see ya. Good meeting you, drunks. Not much around here. Still worth looking around. Here, bud.
I think I got her now. I gave her some Tylenol. Thinking she might be in a little bit of pain from her shots.
That makes sense.
Where do you think you're going?
I must get into this warehouse.
I'm not here to hinder your work, officer. Edward Pierce, private detective.
Private detective.
Sorry, we're all a little on edge today. What are you doing here?
I'm investigating the death of the Hawkins family.
Darn it. Why do you want to drag up all that stuff again?
My investigation has led me to this warehouse.
That case was closed months ago.
What do you know about the Hawkins case?
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly.
Oh?
He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
Noted.
You again. I told you to beat it.
No need to get worked up.
Well, I guess that's as much information I'm going to get out of him. Damn. Alright, alright.
Why, you could tell me. No, if it gets out, I'll have serious problems with you-know-who. I bet that you hid them somewhere in your hut on the docks. Not even. And don't go looking there.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
Interesting. Alright, let's have a war with these gentlemen.
Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
This passage leads to the Hawkins warehouse.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
Wow,
I don't
rude.
give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
Is it you who defaced the statue?
I went to see the statue of St. Brendan.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
The sailors.
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
Who does... So you work for Cat?
Cat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes?
Sure.
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope he had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
So, you really are scared of this cat.
She sounds frightening, your boss.
And she doesn't like to be talked about behind her back.
So, let me ask you this. Who does this belong to?
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site. And we let no one enter her property.
Cat sent me.
Gentlemen, you have a problem.
What? Who do you take yourself for, stranger?
Your boss is very unhappy with your work.
Oh, yeah? You're bluffing.
She said those knuckleheads are incapable of staying at their post.
Darn it.
You think he's telling the truth?
We'll find out. Prove that you really know Cat.
She uses a stiletto.
It's risky to question my word. I wouldn't like you to get cut with a certain Italian knife.
Okay. You've convinced us.
And it's she who sent you? What do you want from us?
I thought I made it clear. I have to take a look inside the Hawkins warehouse. Leave me alone, and I'll put in a good word for you with Cat.
Okay, it's a deal.
Glad we're on the same page, gentlemen. Now, if you don't mind. Thank you. The level of intelligence on these people. Let's see here. So what do we got here, gentlemen? Okay, so I can't climb up. I was curious about that. I can't open that door, which means there's only one place to go.
Let's see. Shoot. I'll have to find another way to get in.
Fuck.
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
God damn it.
Well, a little mouse has got lost on our turf. You're not only inquisitive, you're also stupid. What gave you the crazy idea to come onto my turf?
I had no idea. Let me through. Don't say anything. Let me through.
This muddy alley is yours? Good for you. I've got work to do.
I don't think that you've quite understood the situation. I'll tell you how things work around here. I decide who comes in and who stays out. And anyone who doesn't respect my rules, I punish them. You asked for it.
Wow, groin shot. Messed up.
Get this joker out of here. He might have a little trouble walking on his own.
I feel like that's kind of bullshit considering the fact that I was in the military, but whatever.
Careless. I didn't see that coming. If I want to get into this warehouse, I'm going to have to deal with her.
That's kind of bullshit. I call shenanigans.
Well, you could have said you stole your cat.
Yeah, I could have.
Damn stupid idiots. Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
I wonder if I go this way. So I left a jalopy right there.
It looks like there's a way in under this grate.
Which means I'd have to be able to get up there. Don't mind me, just doing some advanced math in my head.
This ratchet device seems to be usable.
Okay. Now. What is the best way to do this? Ooh.
A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, This bone is a real fossil.
Alright. Let's take a look what I got here. So this is a mysterious woman who's Cat, gang boss of the gang of bootleggers which seems to use Darkwater as a hideout. Cat also keeps an eye on her territory, the zone of abandoned warehouses on the docks. I have the impression that all the men on Darkwater fear her. Even Mitchell, the owner of the stranded whale, is reluctant to talk about her. She uses Darkwater as the point of departure for her cargoes of whiskey, and she's slowly gnawing away at Captain Fitzroy's territory. This part enables heavy loads to be lifted and held aloft without risk. I get that, but I don't know where to put it.
I could use this old winch to lift the grating.
Alright, do I need a winch now? Well, shit. I don't know how this works. We all know I have a -1 bicep.
Not anymore, you don't.
That's true. I say my job works me out pretty hard. And there's...
This handle will be perfect for the winch.
There we go. Aw, man, am I still missing a part? Are you kidding me? What part am I missing now? I
don't know, but it's in here somewhere.
It's gotta be in here somewhere. Got the cogwheel.
It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch.
Alright, let's take a look at this now.
Looks like everything is in its place. All that's left is to try to turn this handle.
Let's see if I can make a strength check.
Damn, I broke it.
You fucking kidding me? I'm rolling badly, guys. My RNGesus is going is really bad. That's really annoying. Fine, I'll talk to the fucker next to here. Hi, dude.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
It's a little late. I've already met Cap.
Well, at least you're still here to talk about it. She must like you.
Something like that.
We'll say
with that, please do excuse me, because I'd prefer not to be seen talking with you for too long. Leave me alone, please. I don't want trouble.
I guess I'm gonna go talk to the police, I guess.
You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming.
What up, dude?
You again. I told you to beat it.
No need to get worked up.
Fucking kidding me. Am I gonna have to talk to Cat?
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots.
Mm-hmm. Now I just gotta find her.
Well, I know where Cat is. Talk to Mr. Fitzgerald.
You're back again. What can I do for you?
I mean, Fitzroy.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So, the bootleggers have blocked the access to the warehouse.
These bootleggers seem unwilling to let anyone approach the warehouses.
They're part of the private property I mentioned earlier.
And yet the place looks abandoned. Why guard the entrance?
As a precaution, I suppose. All the warehouses are more or less interconnected by old sewers.
You mean that there's a way to go from one to the other by tunnel?
I couldn't tell you if it's still the case today for all the warehouses on the island, but I think I can imagine what you've got in mind. You can always visit them if you're not the claustrophobic type.
I feel like mine.
Sure.
You're back again. What can I do for you?
Mr. Fitzroy.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Yeah. I've apparently exhausted all my options to sneak in there. Alright, let's talk to the bitch.
You have no right to treat us like this.
You again.
Do you know...
What do you know about the Hawkins warehouse?
If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night.
Yes.
Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on then.
Yeah, okay.
I've got what I need.
Anything?
That'll be all for now.
What? Another break?
One of those damn sailors came looking for trouble again.
But he won't try again anytime soon. We gave him a good hide.
Alright.
So you said to yourselves that after such a feat, you could abandon your post.
It's just a little drink. We taught those guys a lesson.
We'll return right after. It's just that standing guard in this alley makes your throat dry.
That fool Fitzroy can't...
Hey, Mitchell. A drink for our new friend. I owe you. You don't know how to fight, but at least you've got guts.
Yeah. Aching guts.
Huh. I've got them too. But you don't hear me whining like a pooch who's lost its leash. You didn't back down. Something that I respect. So understand by that, if I catch you again, you'll carry a more permanent reminder of our encounter. Tell me, what brings you to Darkwater?
Ooh. May as well be a straight shooter here.
I'm investigating the deaths of the Hawkins family.
It's very nice of you to tell me the truth so openly, but it's also really stupid of you. You really don't seem to know the area. Let me give you a little advice. If you want to survive more than a day in this rat hole, avoid talking about them to the first people you meet.
I thought she was the biggest danger.
Is that more dangerous than having a drink with you?
I'm not kidding. The old families, they were here long before us, and they'll be here long after we are gone.
The old families?
The descendants of the first whalers. These people truly worship their ancestors.
You must know Darkwater well.
I've got a few questions about the island.
I'm not here to give you information. Mitchell will tell you what he wants to tell you.
I need help getting into the warehouse.
I need to get into the Hawkins warehouse.
You're out of luck. It's on my turf.
It's precisely for that reason that I've come to see you.
Are you pulling my leg?
Would I have taken that risk?
Think it over. I've seen what you're capable of. And you didn't miss me.
I accept the compliment. Well, I see you're serious. To be honest, as long as it doesn't interfere with my business, I don't care. But I'll go with you, to make sure you don't stick your nose into things that don't concern you.
Sounds honest to me.
I'm not finished. If I do that for you, if I let you onto our turf to conduct your little affairs, you'll be indebted to me. And I guarantee that I always collect on what I'm owed.
All right.
Think about it. I help you, you'll owe me a favor in return. Do you accept?
Sure.
Do I have a choice?
Oh, we always have one, Detective. Follow me.
Hey.
Nobody questions your authority here. I was given to believe that Fitzroy stood up to you.
That dope tried to save face in front of his sailors. They revere their brave captain as they do their old statues. But sooner or later, all statues get buried in bird shit, and nobody cares.
And the police? They do nothing to stop you?
The local cops? The cops drink like everyone else, sweetheart. They know where their interests lie. Apart from that pig-headed Bradley, I don't know whether to admire his stubbornness or to have pity on him.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy. Cops.
Oh, shysters.
Damn stupid idiots. Forget it. Nobody listens to us.
Alright, fair enough.
That's no way to treat an old man. Oh, yeah?
Could you walk any slower?
I mean,
It's
she
fine.
could.
He's with me.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm puppeting her, can't you tell? It's a whole Pinocchio little thing. It's literally Eliza P. It's like, listen here, madam, I only need the information I need and nothing else.
Nick, don't you see the puppet strings?
Just look. Doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo. Could you open up the door? Could you walk slower?
That's how it's done. Do I still need to hold your hand? Or do you think you'll get by on your own now?
Don't overdo it.
Good. In that case, I'll leave you. I've done enough mothering for now.
Ugh, this place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
Probably gravel legion. Are we having a memory?
Pretty much.
Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this?
Good question.
It smells as bad as it looks.
Ugh.
That's the reason why I said yikes.
Can't sleep. I know how that feels.
Yeah, I feel like detectives,
The glass is shattered,
no matter
like someone
what
smashed
age
it.
it was, they'd always
Was it
suffer
before or
from
after the removal of these bandages?
Just because they can be on call 24/7.
This is true. Le Petit Paris.
They don't get holidays because crime doesn't take a break.
What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here?
What in the World War One flying ace happened?
It's true.
Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings?
I've earned an ICP point. So I have 2 available now. If I do this, my investigation goes up to 70. I could boost up my eloquence or my psychology a little bit more, but... Or I could boost up my spot hidden.
Psych, because that's the only... I guess you could always boost up medicine, too.
I unfortunately can't put anything into medicine. Medicine and occultism are two things that I need to find, like, books and stuff on to learn more.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd boost Psych, because that's the only one that doesn't have 3. Psych and
Could put another into spot hidden, which would raise that.
Yeah.
Eloquence, investigation, and strength. 2 more, and my investigation is level 4.
Doesn't matter, I guess. You picked the other one. I already told you Psych, so.
Yeah, let's put another point in psych. Why not? At least gives me a better chance. Hawkins Warehouse. Officially unused since Charles Hawkins' death, this warehouse recently housed a clandestine resident. Signs of life attest to the fact. The presence of blood-stained bandages must also be noted, probably be removed from a wound, as well as pills, painkillers, and sleeping pills. Moreover, the occupant seems to be obsessed with Sarah Hawkins, as attested by the presence of several documents connected to the artist's life. Photograph, press cutting. But it's the discovery of a partially charred painting recognized by Officer Bradley as having come from the Hawkins mansion. That allows all doubts to be lifted as to the link between the contents of this building and the Hawkins case.
Sorry, I was still a little hungry after eating.
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move!
What's up?
Detective Pierce. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
The case is far from wound up. Someone else is interested in the Hawkins. Let's team up. Let's team up.
It's clear that you knew the victims. I'm sorry to dig up bad memories.
I can still see the poor child lying burned on the floor of their drawing room. We had to tear him off. The marks must still be there. They're in my mind anyway.
It's horrendous. I'm going to need your experience to bring him justice, Officer Bradley. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it. It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My
Good
car's
question.
parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose.
What the hell happened to Darkwater?
God damn it.
A lot of
Her
things
again.
happen.
This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why, you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
I thought I'd straightened you out, mister. I am disappointed, but we'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
Chapter 3, Garden of the Hawkins Mansion. Pierce managed to get through the warehouse. The place thought to be abandoned revealed some surprises. Signs of recent occupation as well as partially charred paintings. Interrupted in this searching by Officer Bradley, Pierce convinced him to join his investigation. The police officer is willing to drive the detective to the Hawkins mansion. Enter madness. It's what I have always wanted to do, is enter madness.
Here's my thing. It looked like a nice mansion if it wasn't so,
It looks like in a place that may as well be super haunted.
That too, but also, like, oh.
Well, here we are. Hawkins Mansion.
Yeah, the trees give it some weird, really weird vibes.
The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
I don't like the trees.
I thought the mansion burnt in a fire.
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
Yes. You're not the first to talk about Winchester.
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family. So he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
Yes. But I say, you know the place very well.
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that
this
this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
Yes. Anything I should be wary of?
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
Well,
I need to go to bed.
okay. That won't be too long.
Okay. I'm just...
You're fine. This place is falling into ruin.
You won't get me to believe that it looked any better 3 months ago.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' debts.
Ha! You've already begun to nose around it, would seem. So, since you already know it, the Hawkins family couldn't afford the upkeep of this house. It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
I asked if I could crawl over you if you wanted me to crawl underneath the cord.
Meh.
Meh.
Meh. Alright, let's not waste any time.
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Except.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
Yeah, alright, let's find out what we know. Officer Bradley, age 37, occupation police officer. This hick cop likes order and justice. He's no great sleuth, but he seems more inclined than his colleagues to discover the truth in the Hawkins case. The inhabitants of the island seem to be friendly with him. He could help me in my investigation. The Hawkins Mansion Gardens. The Hawkins Mansion is perched on the top of a steep cliff. The abandoned garden harbors the graves of the Hawkins family, and only the old caretaker, Silas Winchester, still roams the bleak spot. He protects it fiercely, and still puts flowers on the graves of his old masters. It's a gloomy place. Alright. Oh, amigo, what's going on, Cameron? How are you doing?
Bradley was right. This place is
House,
much older than I
1693.
imagined. But the architecture seems too recent.
Interesting. Wait, you're going too fast, officer.
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. The old caretaker must be very attached to her.
Doing good, life's been crazy. I can only imagine.
Poor kid. Charles Hawkins' grave. Who could have done this?
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Such a strange final resting
Why
place.
were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too
Got
pleased.
a laparoscopic appendectomy last Thursday morning. Quit my job last Saturday. Currently playing Minecraft with Wolf. Oh, that's awesome. Well, playing Minecraft with Wolf, leaving your previous job, I can understand as well, considering the fact that you had talked about it previously. But having an appendectomy, did they remove your appendix?
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial. What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary and steal a burnt painting? I don't see Silas doing such a thing, let alone allowing it. Even that broad.
Was it like flaring up?
Lord, have pity on this poor family.
Motherfucker decided to get all inflamed. Ugh. I can imagine then. Lucky no rupture, but it wasn't fun. I imagine. Okay, looks like I'm going. Walked in at 3 p.m. on Wednesday, got it taken out the next morning at 7. Woofda. Try to go back to work on Saturday. Ew. I can only imagine the discomfort. Quit after an hour. I think you made the right call.
I'll have to find another entrance.
there's a log in the way. So I guess we're going through here. You know, if this place was up to date and everything, it probably would be a beautiful place. In its heyday, probably was amazing.
This entrance is still in use.
Whoa! Whoa! You were trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
Do not defile this place.
You haven't forgiven yourself. You stay here to honor the memory of the deceased.
That's true. I want no more violence. No more tragedy.
It's painful to be the last one left.
You don't know how right you are. Understood. I'm listening.
The police report describes a domestic accident. But
Yes.
Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
No, I can't let you in. The mansion isn't safe.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked. And I make sure it stays that way.
Sarah Hawkins was important to you.
You still put flowers on her grave. You cherish her memory.
Mrs. Hawkins was an exceptional person. She cared for everyone around her.
Let me shed a light on what happened to her. Give me that key.
I'm probably making a big mistake, but it won't be the first. Here, take the key and do what you have to do. Go on, then. Just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
I appreciate it, thank you. I appreciate you not killing me. Silas Winchester, age 64, occupation, caretaker of the Hawkins property. The old caretaker of the Hawkins family, Silas Winchester, still watches over the family graveyard and the burned-out mansion. Devoted to Charles Hawkins, whom he all but raised, he also has great respect for the memory of Sarah Hawkins and their child Simon. His long months of solitude in the abandoned property have made him very distrustful. Silas still puts flowers on the graves of Charles, Sarah, and Simon. You got a key to the to opens the door tradesman entrance to the Hawkins mansion. Hope it was worth the risk. We're just gonna have a quick look around. Because why not? I'm here. We're young, we're hip, we're fresh.
This gate is locked.
Damn it, this gate is locked. Let's take a look and see what else we got here. So this is Silas's place. Yes, please. Can I not grab his backup axe? Hey, look, that's where the game ends. Over at that lighthouse.
The poor wretch seems to spend the best part of his time isolated from the world. Rather Spartan. The caretaker has simple tastes.
Okay, so if it's locked, could I not pick the lock? Or did I break my only pair of lockpicks?
Yeah.
Thank you, my love. What was the point of this? God damn it. I probably just forgot. It's been like 3 years since I played this game. Alright, let's take a look around. Alright, that was the last place. I probably have to come back here for some reason. Been too long, I don't remember. Thank goodness I can run.
Pierce, shall we enter? Now that you've finished your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go.
Indeed. Okay, we're going in.
Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
The Hawkins Mansion. Pierce and Officer Bradley explored the gardens of the Hawkins Mansion. The family lies in the graveyard of the property guarded by Silas Winchester. The old caretaker, still faithful to his employers, keep watch on the place. Armed with his axe, Pierce and Bradley managed to calm him down and finally get hold of the key of the Hawkins Mansion. They enter the building looking for the scene of the fire.
Follow me.
Enter the madness.
I know the place. Who left this light on?
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me?
Alright, so let's turn on our investigative senses.
What kind of meat is this?
Good question.
This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins. The boy was probably here. Smashed his plate on the floor.
Alright.
Sarah Hawkins didn't eat. Was it because of the meat, or something else? Something happened at this table. An argument?
Perhaps. Mayhaps an argument. A disagreement.
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
Alright. I love how he gets a lantern and I have to fucking use a lighter.
Silas managed to bring the fire under control.
Let's see if I can find something the cops missed.
Let's take a look here. I have 2 more points. We're gonna... There we go. The Last Supper. Since the fire of the Hawkins mansion, the dining room has remained intact. The settings allow the places occupied by the family members to be determined. Physically, etiquette was respected, even in private. Charles Hawkins sat at the head of the table with wife and son on either side. The knocked-over chair could be due to something that happened after the fire, or it could confirm the theory of a domestic argument. Clearly, the roast was untouched in certain plates. The meat mysteriously preserved since then seems to have been the subject of dispute between the Hawkins couple. Alright. Let's see what we figure out.
They had a fight. Why? Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How? The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others?
Let's take a look around.
If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn? Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker? Did it stop at the time of the fire?
Is there anything else? Trying to see if anything else really catches my eye, or if we got everything. There we go.
Did someone escape the fire?
That was what I was missing.
Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee. And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
The clues don't match.
Much of this evidence simply contradicts the investigation's findings.
Really? Tell me about it.
Someone had too much to drink.
I found a bottle of whiskey. Empty.
Well, that must have been a loss for you.
No glass. I suspect one of them drank heavily to calm down. Charles, most probably.
That's pretty thin. Who says that bottle hadn't been there for a while?
The bodies were displaced.
I can tell where young Simon was, but not his parents. Where were their bodies found?
I can't help you on that one. Charles and Sarah's bodies had already been carried away when I got here.
Without your authorization? By whom?
Marshall, Andrews, Chief West. We never deal with cases like that, you know. So... well...
Someone escaped the fire.
It would seem at least one person fled the crime scene.
What'd you say?
That mark on the door. Someone's hand slid down there. The left side has no mark. The door was open and that someone left.
For God's sake. I mean, if it's Charles or Sarah, they wouldn't have left their son.
They would rather die in the flames as a family instead of calling for help? I don't buy it.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. The time of the fire doesn't match up.
I was under the impression the fire started around midnight.
Yes, Silas banged on our door around 1 a.m. Poor devil ran so hard he was almost belching his lungs out.
This clock burned before 10 p.m.
That's impossible. What you imply? Silas never would have hurt the Hawkins family. Besides, Dr. Fuller confirmed the hour of death in his report. Your clock must have already have stopped.
If you say so.
Let's move on.
The fire was caused by a lamp.
I suspect this lamp caused the fire.
That's what the investigation suggested, too.
But does your report mention the bloodstains? The lamp didn't fall, it was thrown at someone.
For heaven's sakes, no. The report doesn't mention that.
And the fire wasn't an accident.
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
Huh. What's your theory?
The couple had a fight.
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West...
Hold on. Might as well keep boosting up. There we go. Clues. Smashed oil lamp. According to the police report, this lamp is the cause of the accident of the fire that destroyed the mansion. However, the bloodstains on the debris tell a very different story. Sarah's shoe. A partly burned shoe. It seems it could belong to Sarah Hawkins. The clock. The glass on the heavy clock is broken and the hands show 10 o'clock. It could give the time of the fire or have nothing to do with it. The scene of the fire. Contradicting the police report, the Hawkins drawing room tells a different story. It tells a totally different version of the fire that claimed the whole family, beginning with the presence of a handprint that throws up the possibility of a survivor. The bodies of Charles and Sarah Hawkins left no mark on the floor, nor, to that matter, in the drawing room, contrary to that of the child, still visible close to the fireplace. The same goes for the glass shards on the floor. A close inspection reveals the presence of blood on several of them. On the wall, the very clear mark left by the painting found in the Hawkins warehouse confirms that the Hawkins case could be much more than a domestic accident.
I doubt about what we're doing. I'd be in serious trouble.
History of medicine in the, 18th century. The collection of medical knowledge of the health practices of the 18th century actually only covers the so-called civilized countries. It does not deal with the influence of holistic medicines or medicines from continents considered inferior. That brings my medicine up to 16%.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. The same bandages that I saw in the warehouse on the docks. And given the bloodstains, I'd also say that it's the same person.
He's going too fast.
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818.
Nice.
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818.
Well, there's the family.
What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance. If you're right, we should be able to find clues among the Hawkins' personal effects.
A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century.
So the 1300s. Sounds about right.
Moby Dick,
Copy.
Melville's classic.
Copy of the novel
The
Moby
epic
Dick.
battle between man and whale.
A copy of the novel Moby Dick by Herman Melville, a classic especially for a family of shipowners.
Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess.
I mean, it makes sense. Listen, you can't help but talk about the story of Abraham versus the whale. Considering the fact that the white whale is like still a reference to this day, even by common literature classes. It's also a classic example of dark romanticism. For the more you know.
A book on hunting whales. The island's staple diet last century. One of Sarah Hawkins' paintings. Her style sure is recognizable. One of Sarah Hawkins' paintings. Her style sure is recognizable. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Another classic book.
Another story about the mysteries of the deep.
A Jules Verne novel. Wolf just called me. Wow. Wow. Tell Wolf I don't approve. But as a crowbar found in the Hawkins Manor, it probably belongs to a caretaker stylist.
A crowbar could prove useful.
I said nickel. Uh-huh. And let me guess, you just wanted a nickel back.
What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
Letter of complaint. Dear sir, as you know, I have always held you and your family in high respect. Unfortunately, I can no longer continue to close my eyes on the behavior of your wife. Last week, she again terrified my clientele. I know that she means no harm, but you should place her in the care of Dr. Fuller. He alone seems able to make her come to her senses. If these disturbances were to reoccur, believe me that, although it would feel like torture, I would be obliged to involve the police. Respectfully yours, Anton Wellard. Damn. Oh, I can't go down that way. I was tempted, though. Lot more books.
Locked.
Locked.
Just did it again. Told me not to tell you. Wow. Wow, Walf. Trying to silence me. Wow, Walf. Can't believe. The key to open Sarah Hawkins' office was concealed.
What will her room reveal about her?
Your Honor, I plead whoopsie daisy. Wow. Do you pick a whole batch of oopsie daisies?
This door is locked. This door is locked.
Damn it. There are claw marks.
The boys' room.
Alright.
A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world? Tom Sawyer. Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed.
Interesting.
Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family?
Winter, it's your turn. Do it for the Vine. Hell no. Vine is dead.
What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him.
You got my blessing. Cam said you have to the pass, it's fine. Yeah, no. Even with Cameron's blessing, which thank you, I appreciate it, the answer's still no. The fuck?
This padlock is too complicated for me.
Bullshit! I call BS.
The door is blocked on the other side. Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? What was she trying to achieve?
Ceremonial circle. If the creature is not yet anchored in our dimension, an expulsion ritual might work, as long as the person performing it makes sure that the integrations of the elder sign among the glyphs that makes up the ceremonial circle. Be careful, though, because the works that describe the creation of these such circles are not all proven reliably. Extract taken from the Malleus Bestiarum by Abigail G. Letter of complaint. The boys' room. In the little boy's room, an abandoned book on the bed and toys scattered all over the ground talk about the everyday life of a normal family. But the disturbing drawings and the sleeping pills raise suspicion that even Simon Hawkins may have been suffering from mental illness. Was the boy able to see things like her mother pretended to be? Gobar found in the Hawkins manor. It probably belongs to a caretaker, Silas. The key that opens the door to Sarah Hawkins' office is concealed.
This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold.
Yeah, there's a lot of people here.
It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why.
Good question.
Despite what happened, they seem
Fate
to
brought
have
us
loved
together,
each
and
other.
forever it will bind us.
The door is blocked on the other side.
Yes, I'm aware.
Bradley? Is that you?
Nope. There's somebody else here or something.
Is anyone there?
Reveal yourself. Or I might have to go all kung fu on you. Oh shit, it's me! How'd they know?
You! Stop!
Stop that motherfucker!
Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far.
I'll cover you.
I appreciate it, thank you.
This door was closed earlier. Where did he go?
I've earned some points. Gotta find out what to put them into. I could literally put like almost all of them into investigation. I could also put them in the spot hidden. You know what? 1 point into psychology, so I have that. And then I'm gonna put all 3 of those into there. Let's see, sales ledger, and fate brought us together.
It looks like an old Seaway map.
Made of, they make up a journey. Okay.
Do you really think that your fugitive came in here? I don't see any way out.
Charles Hawkins was keeping her father's letters from her.
These letters have been opened, but visibly they have not left Charles Hawkins' office. They are tied together by a carefully knotted braid. Why did Hawkins intercept his wife's mail?
Clearly, Charles Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well.
Posing with a third man, they seem close.
I wonder who the man with the glasses is in the photograph. Probably another friend of Hawkins. The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. It looks like a freehand map of dark water. Certain areas have been highlighted. I wonder why.
Indeed.
This globe seems to have been part of some mechanism. Doesn't work. I must have missed something. Seems like this came from a log.
42 north, 70 west, Darkwater Island. We sailed north all morning. Captain Hamilton is confident that he says that we'll beat the orifice this season. May God be merciful. Sunday, May 30th, 1847. 47 north, 55 west. I preferred it when the whales disappeared without a trace. With these carcasses, we can no longer ignore their sad fate. What is eating these huge beasts? I told Hamilton this is a bad omen. He doesn't care. Tuesday, June 1st, 1847. We dropped anchor near a village. They haven't say that the waters are red. Waters are red with the blood of the sacred beasts, and to follow them it is to defy the gods. I told them that I only feared God Almighty, but in the loneliness of the loneliness of the hold, I'm scared. Friday, June 4th, 1847. We have sighted a huge whale in the distance. Its size seemed to be beyond anything known to man. It sends out an infernal song. Hamilton wants it. Wednesday, June 23rd, 1847. We've caught it. It was the most grotesque whale I've ever laid eyes on. It will go into memory as the biggest catch ever. Men have died, but we have gained glory. This day will be celebrated for years to come. Tuesday, June 29th, 1847. Darkwater. We have beaten the orifice. We returned with empty holds. The Scylla and Hamilton are only memories.
There must be a link with the Seaway map. Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
Yeah.
As if the bookcase has been moved several times.
So, 42 north, 72 south.
Doesn't work. I must have missed something. Doesn't work. I must have missed something. There must be a link with the Seaway map.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
So, right, okay.
Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
God damn it.
Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
Shut the fuck up. I'm working on it.
Doesn't work. I must have missed something. Doesn't work. I must have missed something. Doesn't work.
God freaking
I must have missed something.
Shut up.
Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
All of them seem to lead back to that point right there. And I'm trying to get that.
Have you seen the old maritime maps on Charles Hawkins' desk?
Strange. No ship has left Darkwater shore for years. Maybe he kept them for sentimental reasons.
Charles Hawkins was a sort of traveler, right?
More like an adventurer, I guess. He left for months, exploring remote places and abandoned temples.
Have you seen the old maritime maps on Charles Hawkins' desk?
Strange. No ship has left Darkwater's shore for years. Maybe he kept them for...
Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
33 north, 53 west. There we go.
Looks like it worked.
Got it, guys. I got it.
Well done, Pierce.
Charles Hawkins was a sort of traveler, right?
More like an adventurer, I guess.
I got it open. Gonna figure this out. The tunnels of the Hawkins under the Hawkins mansion. Inside the Hawkins mansion, the scene of a fire revealed its secrets. Pierce and Officer Bradley, now on the trail of the survivor, had undertaken the search to the place, looking for proof, when a hooded man leaped into Sarah Hawkins' workshop to steal a painting. Detective and police officers set off after him. By following him to the office of Charles Hawkins, they discovered a secret passage. Pierce and Bradley entered the tunnel under the mansion. Let us enter the madness.
The secret passage, under the manor. It's like a detective novel. That guy must have already gotten far.
Yeah. And he had a direct means of entry to the crime scene. We must find him.
What is this place? It's more than just a tunnel. Look. Someone's been here recently.
3 seats. Did Charles Hawkins use this place? Who were the others? What is this mask supposed to represent? Whatever Charles Hawkins hid here, he didn't want it in his house. This piece of cloth is unmistakably from a dress. Was Sarah Hawkins here?
She must have found out.
This symbol, what does it mean?
Good question. We now have a little bit more into cultism. I say tunnels under the Hawkins mansion. Who would have guessed that the Hawkins mansion was hiding such big and intricate tunnels underneath? It seemed to be the hideout of a culter of some kind. Can't believe Sarah and Simon would live right above such danger without knowing anything. The Hawkins mansion. The Hawkins mansion was falling into ruin well before the fire had claimed the residence. The building, once luxurious, today lies witness to the ruin of the Hawkins family. The paintings of Sarah Hawkins are spread throughout the corridors. Moisture eats away at the books of the imposing library, and the windows are broken, condemned, and the drawing room where the fire started revealed to be more than just a domestic accident. Sarah Hawkins' office bears the signs of an occult practice, and no doubt a huge creature left its marks on the walls of the corridor that leads to his workshop. As for Charles Hawkins' office, it revealed a passage into a network of underground caves. And we have the cultist symbol. It is drawn on sheets of paper hidden in a safe itself, hidden in the tunnel under a mansion. The symbol was repeated on the paper, its form becoming more distinct with each attempt. I do not know what Charles Hawkins tried to represent with this symbol, but one thing is for sure, it was important in his eyes. Extracted from the notebook of Edward Pierce, private detective. Clues. The underground antechamber. The strange antechamber hidden in the entrance to the network of caves raises new questions. The presence of a table, 3 chairs lead up to the belief that Charles Hawkins used the place for meetings in small groups. The existence of objects with esoteric connotations is more worrying since they lead to the impression that we may be in the presence of a cult. Moreover, the torn fabric revealing Sarah Hawkins' presence in this place does raise questions. Was she in danger because she discovered these skid tunnels? Books, drawings. Alright. As much as I want to keep playing, guys, it is 12:30 my time, and I do still have to get up pretty early in the morning. So I am going to call it here for tonight. I know this game's probably not the most exciting for everybody else, but like this is still a very fun game. I very much enjoy it, and I kind of like the aesthetic of just like kind of the mystery creep factor. But I am going to hop off for tonight, though, just to get some sleep, just because I'm already starting to doze just a little bit. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'll probably... I don't know if I'm going to stream tomorrow or if I'm going to be trying to pull people to see if I can do Sleep Well, and it is enjoyable. I appreciate it. Thank you. But I might try to pull some guys. Adios, amigos. Have a good one, Cameron. Dude, I hope you feel better, man. But as I say, I might be trying to pull some people to start working on Session 0 for Call of Cthulhu, the actual TTRPG. But for night, hope you guys have a wonderful night. It's Wednesday, remember? I hope you guys have a wonderful night. I hope you all take care. And most importantly, I hope you all stay frosty. Have a wonderful night, guys.